Hi, I'm Rachel. This is Body by Bender Pilates, so let's get started. Come onto your mat and come onto all fours. So you're on your hands and knees, even weight between all 4 points of your body. You've got a little bend in your elbows and your back is flat. So your neck isn't like down to the floor. Nice flat back. And just gazing a little bit ahead of you. Take your left leg and reach it out behind you, and right away just check in to make sure that your left hip point is facing towards the floor. From here, I want you to extend your right arm out. So you're at this kind of like, diagonal in your body. And we're just gonna take this whole shape and bring it out to the side. So the left leg goes to the left, right arm to the right, bring it back to center. So nice and small and controlled to start. You want the spine to stay straight. We're just working on a little bit of flexibility and balance, all while being very safe and protected here on the floor. If you fall, it's not that far, don't worry about it. Keep a soft bend in your elbow and keep pulling your abs in to help prevent that fall. Let's go for 4 more here. Little reaches out for 3. Keep that neck long 2. Last one, bring everything back in, bring that arm and leg down and switch to the other side. Start by taking that right leg out and then just make sure that right hip point is facing down towards the floor. Left arm extends out long. Find your balance here, pull the ribs up towards the spine. We reach the arm and leg out to the sides, back in. We go out and I gotta move slightly, of course, because as always, I hit my couch because I am very tall. And reaching to the sides, using your abs to pull the leg back in. Let's go for 5. 4 more here. 3, 2, last one, bring that arm and leg down. And just take a second here to cat-cow out your spine. So you're gonna tip your head and your tailbone up towards the ceiling, get a big stretch in your belly, and then round the spine. Head curls underneath, hips come under. Let's go again, big stretch for that spine. And exhale, round it in. Go for a few circles here in one direction. Bring your head and your tailbone one way, circle around, and then we'll go back the other way. Just getting the spine warmed up before we move on to our abs. And then come back to a nice neutral position. And from here, we're gonna flip on over to your back on the floor. So, legs are gonna come into a tabletop position. Hands are gonna come behind your head at the nape of the neck and curl your head and chest off the floor, keeping your elbows out wide so they're not crunching in towards your face. There's a softness to them, and your belly is pulling you up rather than you trying to reach your chest to your knees. From here, we're just gonna drop 1 foot down to the floor, lift up, and switch. Other side, going for a single leg march. Just warming up the abdominals. Getting a little work into our quads now. Abs are engaged. We go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that curl. Both legs are gonna drop down at the same time onto the floor. Scoop to the abs to lift back up. And if the legs don't drop all the way down, that's totally fine. You go to whatever feels best for your low back. If you start to feel a pinch or a strain in there, just keep those feet a little bit higher up to the sky. Let's go for 8 here. Keep curling off those shoulder blades. Last 6, and it's just a little tap down to the floor. Don't press the whole foot down. For 4, 3, 2, last 1. Bring those legs back to tabletop. I want you to bring those arms straight up towards the sky now. So you're still curling off of the shoulder blades. Your knees are over your hips, legs in tabletop. And we're gonna play a little kind of bit of a mind teaser and ab exercise. So the left leg is gonna go forward at a 45-degree angle while the right arm shoots back. We come back to center and we switch other side. Right leg extends, left arm extends, back to center. We reach it out. Bend right back in. And if you mess up the order, it's totally fine. I just want you to focus on curling up out of those abs. Go for 3 more on each side. Last 2. Final one each side. Bend the knees back in towards your chest. Let the head come to the floor. Rock the neck out side to side. Quick little break. We're gonna keep warming up our abs here. So I want you to curl back up off of your shoulder blades and bring your hands just onto the top of your right shin. Pull that right shin in towards you and extend your left leg out at a long diagonal. So I want you to keep those arms long. You're not totally crunching that leg in towards you. There's a little bit of space between your thigh and your belly. We're curling up off of those shoulder blades and we're just gonna switch, other leg's gonna come in. Switch, and just kind of slide your hands over the top of your shin, trying to keep it parallel to the floor as you pull it in and out. Elbows stay wide. Still curling up off those shoulder blades. That belly button draws down every time you bring that leg back in. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring both knees back in. Stay off of those shoulder blades. Bring those hands up onto your shins. From here, we're gonna take those arms and legs out away from each other. So you reach the arms back as the leg extends forward. Curl everything in, make yourself into a nice little ball. We reach everything out, circle the arms and legs back in. Let's just go for 8 more here. Big breaths, exhale as you come back in for 6. Keep lifting up each time you pull those legs in. We go for 4, 3, 2. Last one here. Bend those knees into your chest, let the head go back. Quick reset. All right, from here, you're welcome to leave the head down on the floor. For this next one, we're gonna do a little bit of extra work into the low abs. So hands can just come down by your side on the floor. If you wanna curl the head and chest up for an extra challenge, you're welcome to do that, but hands can stay down or make a little pillow for your low back right underneath your sacrum. From here, I just want you to drop those legs down really slowly to just about a 45-degree angle. They do not need to go all the way down to the floor. And I want you to scoop into the belly button to help you lift those legs back up. Now we're gonna take these super slowly. We're just doing 10 of them. So each time you pull those legs up, I want that belly button pressing towards the floor. You're exhaling to help you lift up. Keep the work out of your quads. Keep a soft bend behind those knees to help disengage those quads and keep this work in the abdominals. We only got 6 more to go. Keep it slow, keep it controlled. Keep that work in the low abs. Halfway there. We go for 4 more. Big scoop. 3. Keep breathing through it. Last 2. You should feel that shake now. Final 1. Pull those legs all the way back up. Bend the knees down. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Last move for our abs here before we move on, before I tip over. Curl off of your shoulder blades again. Last time. Hands are gonna come behind the head, palm over palm at the nape of the neck. Extend your right leg out long and bring your right elbow to your left knee for your crisscross. From here, we're just gonna switch. Other side. And switch. And switch. And switch. And you can take it a little bit faster if you want. Just try to keep those hips squared off so you're not wobbling around. You're really twisting from the waist rather than using momentum here. And keep breathing through it. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Bring those knees into the chest. And you can bring those feet down onto the floor. Let the knees drop to one side. Let your gaze go the other way. Big stretch in the spine. And then twist back the other way. Or over to the other side. You were never over here before. New territory. Nice big twist. And when you're ready, those legs are gonna come back into center. We're gonna stay on our backs because I'm so kind. You don't even have to stand for this class. I want you to bring your feet about hip width apart. And your feet are flat onto the floor, putting a little more weight into your heels. Your hands are gonna come down by your side. From here, we're just gonna start off with a little pelvic tilt. So I want you to imprint your low back onto the floor, lifting your pelvis off the ground so your sacrum is up in the air. You're not going up into a full bridge yet, but just feel that contraction, feel that work to just lift those hips up just a couple of inches. And then come back down, find that neutral spine. Tailbone presses down heavy, small space in the low back. Again, let's imprint that spine. Lift those hips up, really press the low back into the floor as we scoop the pelvic floor up, and then bring everything back down, tailbone into the floor. On this next one, we're gonna lift all the way up now, start to go up into our first shoulder bridge. So we come up slowly. And I just want you to lift up to the bottom of your shoulder blade. So I don't want you crunching up on your neck and like puffing out your chest. The ribs stay drawn down. The knees are reaching out away from you. Neck is long, chin is out of the chest. Squeezing to the glutes to help you lift. And then we lower back down, all the way, bone by bone, until you find that neutral spine again. We're gonna lift up 3 times here, taking it nice and slow to start. Focusing on finding that good form. Keeping the ribs drawing down, keeping the abs engaged as well as the glutes. 2 more here. Really savor it. This is so good for your back, so good for your glutes. It's a power move. On this last one, I want you to hold this bridge up at the top. From here, see if you can float those hands up towards the sky. So we're getting a little more bouncy on the shoulder blades. Forces you to kind of just find your balance a little bit more here instead of having the arms to help you. And now I just want you to take those hips straight down to the floor and lift up without articulating through the spine. So it's a big lift up, squeezing those glutes. And if it doesn't feel good to have the hands up, bring them down towards the floor. Totally optional here. Let's go for 8. Big squeeze in the glutes. 7. Exhale on the way up to help you contract those abs. We go for 4. 3. 2. Last one. Hold those hips up high. Float that right leg into a tabletop position. So right shin is parallel to the floor. Right away, that left glute has to do a lot more work. From here, we're just gonna take those right toes, tap them down to the floor, lift right back up. Tap the toes down and lift. And again, we're still lifting up high in the hips. Just 7 more here. Keep pressing down into that left heel. Let's go for 5. Every time that leg lifts up, try to squeeze those hips up 1 inch higher. Last 2. Final 1. Extend that right leg all the way up to the ceiling, and then just bring that right knee down to meet the left. We kick back up. We're just gonna go for 8 here. 6 more times we kick it up. Let's go for 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Bring that leg back to the tabletop. Step the right foot down. Roll all the way down through your back. Tuck the knees into your chest. Take a second, rock it out. We'll switch over to the other side. Those feet are gonna plant down firm again. And again, hands can come up or they can be down by your side for this. So we roll all the way up. I find it's easier to get my hands up once I'm up. That left leg is gonna come into tabletop. Again, right away check in. You can feel that right hip turning on. Let's tap those left toes down to the floor, lift right back up. Tap down and lift. Lifting both hips up evenly. Pressing down heavy into that right heel. We got 6 more here. 5. Neck stays long. 3. Draw those ribs down for 2. Last one. Leg comes all the way up straight towards the ceiling. We bring that left knee down to meet the right. Kick that leg up. 8 times. Reach it up. Got 6 more here. Keep squeezing to that right glute. Breathe into it. You got this. Let's go for 4. 3. 2. Last one. Bend that knee in. Set that foot down. Roll all the way down through your spine. Bend the knees into the chest. Circle the knees in one direction and circle them the other way. Nice work. From here, rock yourself up to seated. And we're just gonna come with our feet planted right in front of us. We're gonna do one more thing for our abs and a little work for the triceps. So I want you to bring those hands right behind your knees. Feet are flat, elbows out wide to the side. We're gonna take your pelvis, start tucking underneath you as you roll back, kind of like halfway into a sit-up, and just go as far back as your arms straighten out, and then you scoop in, curl back up. So kind of 2 little ways to know that you've sort of reached like the ideal spot in this move. Your arms are as straight as they can be, and your feet are not lifting off the floor. If you want to go a few inches further back, see how that feels, the feet can stay down, go for it. But I want you to be able to use the abs to help you lift back up, not trying to grip into the floor for dear life. Let's go for 6 more here. Roll back nice and slow. This move is so much more effective if you do it slowly. And if you do it slowly, you only have to do a few reps of it. You don't need to do like 30 of these. Slow and steady. Let's go for 4 more. Big scoop to help us lift up. 3 more. Tuck that tailbone around the back down. Big scoop to help you lift here. Last 2. Breathe into it. On this final one, I want you to go just halfway back and take those hands out, reach them in front of you, and just hook your thumbs together. So you got a nice little palms are facing down. Let's go for little tiny crunches up. So when I say crunches up, I don't want you to reach the arms forward. I want you to pull the belly button back. Like, look at my stomach. See how the abs pull back rather than me lunging forward at the shoulders. The shoulders are stable. It's the abs that are moving for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Twist that whole shape over to your left side. Little crunches up here. Getting more into the obliques now. Still pulling the belly back to bring the upper body forward. Breathe into it. Keep those feet planting down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. We crunch it up. See if you can go a little lower back as you pull the lower down in the spine and then lift the belly button. I'm mixing up my words. Just keep pulsing. You got this. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Roll all the way up. Whew. And then we're going to take those hands, bring them right behind you. Palms are facing in towards you. So you're a nice big kind of capital M shape. The arms not reaching out all the way. Your back is flat. You're able to pull your neck and your shoulders away from the ground. Belly button is still drawing in. And we're just going to lift those hips off the ground a few inches. You don't need to pike up all the way. Just a nice big M shape. From here, those elbows are going to bend and try to meet behind you. Big tricep press as we push it up. Keep the chin out of the chest. Pressing back into the heels of the hand and draw the elbows towards each other like you're trying to hold on to a beach ball behind you. The hips do not have to touch the ground. Does not have to be that big. Let's go for 5 here. 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold on halfway. Tiny pulses up and down for 10, 9. Just bend and straighten the elbows. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up all the way. Send those hips down. Bring the arms forward. Shake them out. Punch something in front of you. That's what I always feel like doing at this moment. And then we're gonna flip on over to our stomachs to do a little more work for our upper back. For our neck, spine, all the good postural muscles. So tops of the feet are down into the mat. And I want your feet to be in towards each other. So big toe to big toe. If that feels like a little too much strain in your low back, the feet can be separated to the corners of your mat. From here, I want you to make a little pillow for your forehead with your hands. I want you to pull your shoulders down away from the ears and find a really strong connection between your hands and your forehead. So there's lots of weight and tension between the two. From here, we're gonna start to lift the chest up, first by lifting forward. Flip that whole shape forward and then up. The hands come with you as you press up. It's not gonna be a big movement. Lower back down. And I really want this movement to hinge from the muscles right underneath your shoulder blades rather than from your neck or from the top of your shoulders. So we're using those big juicy muscles that wrap around the mid back, which help with our posture, help with our bounce, help with any low back pain too. A strong middle back will save your lower back from a lot of trouble. Let's go for 4 more. Keep pressing those hands into the forehead as you lift. Go for 3. Neck stays nice and long. Last 2. Final 1. Bring that forehead down. I want you to bring the hands right underneath your armpits now, tucking your elbows back in towards you. So you got little chicken wings going on here. We're gonna do kind of the same motion now, only a little bit bigger. So I want you to still lift forward first and then up with the upper body. And we're just gonna lift up until the arms are about in line with the rib cage. And then we lower down. This is not like Cobra and yoga. It's smaller and much more muscular. So I want you to really pull the shoulder blades back behind you to help you lift up here. Let's go for 5 more. Hands are gonna stay on the floor too. Keep tucking those elbows in towards your ribs. Last 2. Final 1. We lift up and hold here. I want you to take those hands down, hover them off the floor, make fists with them. We're gonna reach those hands back behind you by your hips. Bend the elbows back in. Reach the arms back, bend in. Neck stays long. Gaze is just a few inches in front of you. You're not staring straight out. Keep looking a little bit down at the floor. Keep pulling the shoulder blades towards each other behind you as you reach those arms back. Let's go for 5 more here. 4 more. Nice deep breaths for 2. Last one, hold those arms back. I want you to try to tap those fists behind your back for 8. 7, squeeze the shoulders together to make that happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring those hands down. Curl your toes underneath you. Send the hips back. Press everything back. Child's pose. Deep breath in and out. Let those hips fall back to the heels, knees out wide, round the back. Reach the fingertips forward as the hips draw back in opposition. Find that stretch for the muscles right around your armpits, the sides of your body. And when you're ready, we're gonna come onto our right side at the back edge of our mat. I'm gonna do a little bit of glute work, a little bit of ab work to finish things off here today. So, I want you to line your body up with the back edge of your mat and then bring your feet forward. You're gonna be resting up on your right forearm, so just bring your right elbow right underneath your right shoulder. So you have a nice, long, strong, supported line from your waist up to your armpit. So your abs are drawing in, they're not pooching down, your ribs are pulling in, and your hips are stacked on top of each other. I want you to bring your top hand like right in front of you, because we're gonna use it for a little bit of balance. I don't want you to have it on the hip today, just in front so you have something to kind of lean into. We're gonna start to lift that top leg up and just lower it down to start. So nothing super fancy, we're just warming things up. Squeezing from the glute to help lift that leg. So it's not the ankle that leads things here. In fact, if you have a floppy ankle and you're still moving, then I know that you're really engaging into your glutes. A soft point is fine, but I want that booty starting to work. Let's go for 5 here. 4, 3, 2, last one. I want you to hold that leg up now. And I want you to try to start to lift that bottom leg up to meet it. So the leg that's on the floor. And already you're gonna be like, what the hell, this is way harder. Bring those legs forward a little bit more, just a little bit beyond the corner of your mat. Your bottom leg does not have to meet the top. I want you to try though. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring both legs down for a second. Extend that left arm kind of just out into space. Very long, very grand. And we're gonna start to try to bring that left leg up to tap it and meet it up there. Let's go for just 8 here. So 6 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, last challenge here. We've worn that leg up again. I want you to try to bring both legs up now. You're gonna dip back a little bit on those hips to make this happen. That's totally fine. As long as you don't lose your balance, start rolling around. Try to lift those legs up to meet that hand. Let's go for 8. Crunching those abs. 7. Whew. Leaning into that right arm. That's not cheating. 5 more here. We go for 3, 2, last one. Bring those legs down. We're gonna restack your setup here to work a little bit more into that left glute. So that bottom right leg is gonna flatten out on the floor. You're gonna have your knee in front of your hip, your toes right under your knee, so you're at a 90-degree angle. We're gonna make sure that we're stacked up onto that right hip. We're still gonna stay lifted on our right side, but just lift that left leg up. Start to sweep the left leg forward and pull it back. So try to bring those toes in front of your nose. Lifting up long. The abs get a lot more work when you're lifting up like this. We're making this a full body movement today. Let's go for 8, 7, keep pulling that belly button in. 6, 5 more here. Go 4, 3, 2, last one. We hold that leg back, little circles forward for 10, nice and small, size of a golf ball. 8, keep reaching long. 7, waist stays long. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse those circles. 10, last thing we're doing here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, bring that leg down. Give yourself a little tap there. And then we're gonna switch on over to the other side. So we're gonna line your body up with the back edge of your mat. And bring those legs forward. It's actually just a little bit beyond the front corner. So you're kind of in like, it's like a really weird, an L, a 7 type of shape. You're lifting up off of your left side. Bring your left elbow right underneath your left shoulder. And your hand can either be in a fist or flat. I prefer it flat. Ribs are drawing up and in away from the ground. Top hand's just gonna come onto the floor in front of you for now. And we're just gonna lift that right leg up, lower it down. Squeezing from the glute to help us lift here. And actually, if you want to check in just for a second, make sure that your glute is turning on. You can put a hand up on that hip. We've got the hips stacked on top of each other. Just go for 8 here. Just warming up this side of the body. 6 more. And keep a tiny bend behind that knee for 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold that leg up high. I want you to try to bring that bottom leg now up to meet it. You're gonna need to probably bring those legs forward a little bit here. Using those abs. Feel that crunch, and it's okay if that leg doesn't meet. Try to keep that right leg up where it is, and then pull the left leg up to meet it. It's okay if it doesn't. And if you drop that right leg a little bit, no shame, this is fucking hard. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Ooh, geez, that was difficult. Right arm shoots out into space in that beautiful, elegant angle, and bring that right leg up to meet it. So you don't need to reach the arm up any, or like the leg up any higher than the arm. The arm designed to shoot up here. Doesn't have to be anything too dramatic. I don't need to see a rocket move. I just want to know that you're lengthening out of both sides of your body. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold that leg. Actually, no, sorry. Both legs go up this time. So you lift both legs up. Ooh, there it is. As high as you can. This is my crap side. I'm still gonna do it anyway so that it improves. Keep lifting out of both sides of the waist. You lift those legs up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Jesus Christ, why did I pick this move? Last 2. Final one. Bring it all down. Reset your body. Bring that left leg down flat on the floor. Knee in front of that hip. Ankle is out. Again, check in with that body on your left side. Make sure those ribs and those abs are pulling up. And we're just gonna start to lift that right leg up, sweep it forward, and bring it back. So again, we're moving from the glute. Keep a soft bend in that right knee as we reach forward and back. Abs are still drawing in. I'm gonna keep saying it because I know you're gonna forget about it because you're thinking, oh my God, my glute's on fire. It is, but your abs are helping make that happen. Let's go for 8. Big pull. 7. We're using those glutes. 6. I feel them working. 5 more. Go 4, 3, 2. Last one. We hold that leg back and circle forward for 10. 9. Reach long out of the waist. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg down. Woo. Give yourself a little tap out there. Slight editing snafu with the cool down, but no worries. I'm re-recording it right now. So bring that right foot forward. We're up 99-degree angles with both knees. And just start to sink into that left hip, pulling the right knee forward. And as you're going here, I want you to tuck the tailbone slightly underneath you. That'll help you unlock the really deep muscles in your hip flexors, get an even better stretch, and protect your low back, and just lean into it. If you want to feel a little more balance challenge, a little fancier, bring those hands up overhead. Keep leaning forward, holding here for 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Put your hands on the inside of your right leg and heel toe your foot out to the edge of your mat. Your toes are turning out to the side, and just lean forward a little bit more, coming down onto your elbows. Go for that lizard pose. Send the right knee out to the side. Left hip is still drawing down, still tucking the tailbone. When you're ready, walk yourself back up and switch to the other side. So the left leg comes forward, rise up, bring your hands onto the top of that left knee and start to tip forward just a little bit, still tucking that tailbone underneath you. Get deep into that right hip flexor. That tuck makes all the difference. Oof, yes, there it is. You don't have to go as deep, but that tuck will really change it. Those hands are gonna come up overhead, stretch into it a little bit deeper, lean down 1 more inch, press into the balls of your feet for 3, 2, 1. Bring those hands down the inside of your left leg, heel to the foot out to the side, and see if you can come down onto the elbows. If you can't, that's totally fine. Just find a stretch that feels comfortable for you, where you feel the inner thigh opening up, still a little bit of stretch happening in the top of your right leg. Low back is relaxed. Shoulders draw down the back. And when you're ready, rock yourself back up. And just come into the center of your mat on your knees. Just take a big inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, pull your hands down to your chest. Circle the shoulders forward a few times. And circle them back. 1 more deep inhale, bring the arms overhead 1 more time. Exhale, pull them down. Thank yourself for working so hard today, because we are done. I hope you enjoy this workout, and I hope to see you again very soon for another one. Once again, I'm Rachel. This is Body by Bender. So peace out.